This is Acts of Demolition. You're watching Southern States Wrestling. Mountain Empire, this is your wrestling.
The leaves on the trees around the Mountain Empire are starting to change. There's a nip in the air. Everything's cooling off outside, but it's getting hot right here in Southern States Wrestling. Hello again, everybody. It's your old friend here, Beau James. Some people like to call me the King of Kingsport. Coming to you from my office inside my home here at the Four Oaks in Fall Branch, Tennessee. Very glad that you're watching us here on Tri-Cities TNN. Very pleased that you're watching us around the world on YouTube or on Blip TV or Facebook or wherever you may be. Social media, help us get the word out there about Southern States Wrestling and about the Rock and Roll Express 30th year of rocking tour going on right now. And it's coming to the Mountain Empire. We've been telling you about it for weeks now. November the 2nd, Big Stone Gap Union High School. Big night of action. It's All-Star Legend Night over there in Big Stone. The Rock and Roll Express is going to be there. Pretty Boy Stan Lee, Scott Sterling, Frank Parker, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, myself, Misty James, Jake Booth, and a whole lot of others. We hope you join us in Big Stone Gap. And then Sunday night, 6 p.m., Sunday, November the 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, just outside of Kingsport, just 1.7 miles west of the old Kingsport National Guard Armory. I'm talking about a big-time event coming to Mountain Empire, coming right here to the Kingsport area, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, and we've been telling you about it for weeks and weeks, and I told you last week we're going to announce some matches right here today. Well, I've got a barn burner. I've got a big one already signed, already sent to me. I've already seen the contracts through email from matchmaker Mac McMurray. Southern States Heavyweight Champion Eric Darkstorm defends the title against his #1 rival, his most hated opponent. I'm talking about Kyle Matthews of Marietta, Virginia. Special stipulation. This is Kyle's one and only shot at that Southern States title. This is it. He's had 2 other opportunities and he's not been able to do it. Darkstorm said, I'm not messing with you anymore. Next week we're going to hear from Darkstorm, but what I want to do right now, kick the program off. Let's see the heavyweight champion, Eric Darkstorm, in action. Then we're going to hear words from Kyle Matthews about Sunday, November the 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee.
All right, folks, we're taking a look at Eric Darkstorm right here on this edition of the Power Half Hour in the ring against another newcomer to the area in Robbie Reckless. So this should be an outstanding contest here. We've heard some words from Eric Darkstorm over the last couple of weeks here on the Power Half Hour. Says, hey, I've got Kyle Matthews in my sight. I don't really know that I want to get back in the ring with him and waste my time. But nonetheless, that match has been signed. And, folks, you're going to see that right here on the Power Half Hour in the weeks to come. So make sure you stay tuned and find out about that coming up here a little bit later on. Also, don't forget to stay tuned to the Power Half Hour because you're going to find out about some live events that's going to be coming around the Mountain Empire and all around East Tennessee, where you can see some of the great stars of the SSW Power Half Hour live in your area. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Eric Darkstorm brings in a very impressive resume. He's held championships all across the country. He's been looked at from talent scouts from every major promotion, and he's right here on the Power Half Hour for your viewing pleasure in the ring against Robbie Reckless. And Reckless, a little bit smaller in stature than Eric Darkstorm is, but don't think that makes any difference in a contest like this because each one of them pretty much balance each other out on the quickness, that's for sure.
Absolutely right, Michael Sutherland. Good points as always here as Eric Darkstorm dropping down right there. Robbie Reckless up and over his man. Oh, big shoulder block there by Robbie Reckless as Darkstorm here. Maybe a little look of frustration perhaps on his face as perhaps he wasn't expecting that from Robbie Reckless. But they're squared off once again. Oh, went for a collared elbow, but Darkstorm now roughhousing a little bit in there. Caught his man with a knee, followed up with a big forearm smash, and now a hard chop over in the corner as Darkstorm controlling his man tight into the top turnbuckle there. Oh, and laying him in. Laying in some knife-edge chops, Michael Sutherland. These guys are, they've come to fight tonight. Oh, Reckless right there. Good thing he ducked under that first one because then it took his head off if he hadn't. And Reckless now returning fire with some of those chops of his own as Reckless now went for an Irish whip. Darkstorm reverses and caught his man right there, about took his head off, Mike Sutherland.
Absolutely, he took him down with a devastating maneuver right there and only garnered a 2 count, but Reckless maybe have a little bit more in the tank than Darkstorm thinks, but nonetheless, he's got him down on the canvas in a reverse chin lock there, and well, he rolled out of that very quickly. Got that arm barred up behind the back and putting some pressure on that elbow and maybe the wrist a little bit. You say they was trading chops back and forth, got a fireman's carry there and took him straight down, got him in an arm bar. Trading chops back and forth, and like I said, the speed factor I think is going to be about the same. Darkstorm has got a little bit of a height and weight advantage over Reckless, but I don't know that that's going to factor in and play any type of a part in this match, because both these guys are gung-ho about a victory right here on the Power Half Hour. Slipped out of that, and man, they're just doing some chain wrestling. It is back and forth and almost hard for us to call right here at the broadcast desk at the Mount Carmel Armed Forces Center. Folks, anytime you see Southern States Wrestling on the marquee, make sure you get out to the live events, because you're going to have a great family-oriented event to take everybody to. And make sure you check us out on Facebook. Joe Wheeler, I know you're on there. I am too. Southern States Wrestling. Type it in the search engine. Click our like button. You're going to get all of our feeds and statuses. Find out about some late-breaking news in the world of SSW, sometimes maybe before we do.
Yeah, well, that's the truth there, is things are always happening fast and furious in Southern States Wrestling, as they are in the ring in this contest here. And Facebook, man, it's a great way to keep in touch with us, no doubt about it. Plus, you can watch the Power Half Hour on there anytime, day or night, 24/7, whenever you feel like it. Plus, you can archive and go back and watch previous episodes of some of the tremendous action and the legends that comes through Southern States Wrestling. And I have a great time sometimes just going back and watching some of the previous episodes, some of the tremendous matches that we have had here in Southern States Wrestling over the 20-plus years. As Robbie right there went up and over his man, got Darkstorm down, rolled him over, got a 2 count right there. Referee Mark Foley checking in, and Darkstorm, a head of steam right there, just took his head off practically with that clothesline. In for a cover and got a 2 count only, but Darkstorm right back on his man, Mike Sutherland.
Good Lord, that clothesline, as you said, was devastating, and you could have dislocated some vertebrae if you can do that back there, because, man, he took him straight down. It was, wow, high impact, that's for sure. And he's working on that neck. Darkstorm certainly got his man exactly where he wants him. Folks, coming up here in just a little bit, we're going to see the SSW Tag Team Championship defended as Ray Idle and Steve Flynn put the belts on the line against the Niagara Tag Team Champions in the T-Rex Express. So it should be something to behold.
Robbie Ray's coming across right there, got caught recklessly coming in that corner. Oh, but man, he got that drop kick up right on the button there. Eric Darkstorm is in trouble, and Reckless again with a well-placed drop kick. Referee's in and got a 2 count only on it once again. But Robbie Reckless right there showed a couple of great drop kicks, but walked right into that corner. Eric Darkstorm took that momentum, dropped him right into that second rope. Takes his man, Irish whip across now. Darkstorm coming in. Oh, and caught him with a Sabat-style martial arts kick. Rolls him up, and he got him.
Put him down for the 1-2-3. Impressive victory from Eric Darkstorm.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Eric Darkstorm.
It finally happens, Eric Darkstorm. Everywhere you've gone, the fans have told you the same thing. Kyle Matthews, he can beat you. Kyle Matthews is a better man. You have your chance to disprove everyone one more time. I'm not going to underestimate you, and I hope you've been training hard not to underestimate me as well. So Eric Darkstorm, at the end of the night, I will be victorious. And then you will stand center of the ring, and I will reach out, and you will shake my hand, and I will earn your respect.
There you saw a very impressive win from Southern States Heavyweight Champion Eric Darkstorm, and you heard from Kyle Matthews, and he said, when this thing is over with, Eric Darkstorm, you're going to walk across the ring. You're going to shake my hand, and you're going to respect. And this is how this whole thing got started. We brought them together right here. A great matchup, Eric Darkstorm against Kyle Matthews. Matthews admitted when he lost the first night, Darkstorm, you were the better man tonight, and he put his hand out there, and Eric Darkstorm wouldn't shake his hand. He just walked away. Things have just grown and got out of proportion between these two men over the last year. November 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee. Darkstorm says that's it, your last shot. Kyle Matthews says he's ready. I believe he's ready. I know he's going to be ready when he comes to Mount Carmel. A lot of people are going to be coming to Mount Carmel there that night. The Rock and Roll Express 30 Years of Rockin'. My 25th anniversary of me in the sport of professional wrestling. We heard about Thorne coming back soon. We've heard about Ray Idle. He's already ready to come back to Southern States Wrestling, ready to get in the ring. Also going to tell you a little bit later on, we're going to take a look at DeAndre Jackson, who's ready to come back. Jake Booth is ready, and I'm happy to announce, debuting November the 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, a young man that I've watched the last couple of years. I'm very pleased with the way he has grown as a professional wrestler, the way he's grown as a young man in this sport, and how he's handling himself. I'm talking about Alex Payne Stratton. He's going to make a debut right here, and I think this guy's going to make a lot of noise in Southern States Wrestling. Now, as we go to break, I want to show you someone else who's coming back very, very soon.
The end is near. The end is near. The end is near. The end is near. Hear the message of Josephus. The end is near. 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 The end is near.
Has your computer been slowing down? Are you having problems with email? Or when you go to the internet, is it taking so long to load that it seems like the worldwide wait? I'm Luke Ford, CEO of My Computer Works. We help people just like you. With one easy call, our friendly US-based technicians will connect directly to your computer and fix the problem for you. Think about it. No strange computer geeks coming into your home, and no more lugging your PC into one of those superstores. This isn't some magical piece of software that makes you do all the work. This is a real live, knowledgeable US-based computer technician that will patiently help you fixing your personal computer problems for you. Call today, and we'll help you today, right now. If your computer is slowing down, trouble printing, or you just can't seem to send and receive email, don't wait. No more slow computer, no more frustration. Call the number on your screen to get help right now. My Computer Works. Does yours?
Calvary Baptist Church, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. Regular schedule of services: Sunday, 9:15 a.m. for Bible study fellowship class for all ages. 10:30 a.m. worship. 6 p.m. B.L.A.S.T for children, W.A.K.E for youth. Sunday night L.I.F.E for adults. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. children and youth activities. 3D Bible study for adults.
If you are part of a nonprofit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
Now let's get ready to boogie. It's the 30 Years of Rocking Tour. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express return to the Mountain Empire. Saturday night, November the 2nd, Union High School, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, bell time 7:30. Sunday, November the 3rd, 6 p.m., Armed Forces Center, Armory, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, just minutes from downtown Kingsport. More dates to be announced next week, so watch Southern States Wrestling right here on Tri-Cities TNN next Sunday, 7:30 for more information. Don't forget, 30 Years of Rocking, Saturday night, November 2nd, Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Sunday, November 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee. Be there! There you heard about it again, the 30 Years of Rockin' Tour coming to the Mountain Empire. And don't forget, because right before that we told you about nonprofits. We've had all kinds of emails from Chuckey, Tennessee, Clinch, Tennessee, up in Damascus, Virginia, and all around the area wanting my fundraisers from the TV star wrestlers you see right here every week. We're working to get those dates together. We're working to get to those towns. It looks like 2014 is going to be a huge year for wrestling around the Mountain Empire and for Southern States Wrestling. Let's not forget about October 26th, Carver Rec Center in Johnson City, Tennessee. Anything goes. Big tag team match. You're going to hear more about that later in the program. But I want to tell you, last week we heard all kinds of great emails and comments on the street and few phone calls telling us how much they love that personality profile on the tag teams of the area in the Rock and Roll Express, and I'm glad to tell you that that's going to be a staple right here on Southern States Wrestling. We're going to profile a wrestler each and every week. This week's profile's on a nice young man from South Carolina by the name of DeAndre Jackson. I hope you enjoy this one as much as you enjoyed last week. Let's take a look. Profile DeAndre Jackson.
Born and raised in Spartanburg, South Carolina, now residing in Orangeburg, South Carolina, with a sports background including football, amateur wrestling, and basketball. After extensive training with veteran Carolina wrestler Chief J. Eagle, DeAndre Jackson has been wrestling professionally for 5 years. In his short 5-year career, DeAndre has competed in the ring across Georgia, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, and Eastern Canada, already holding 3 impressive championships in his short career. The APW Tag Team titles in South Carolina, the OSCW Tag Team titles also in South Carolina, and the Tennessee Heavyweight Championship. Mr. Jackson has set his immediate goals on winning either the Southern States Heavyweight title or the Southern States Tag Team title. He has long-term goals of wrestling internationally in such places as Japan and the United Kingdom. He is also chasing his childhood dream of being employed by one of the 2 national wrestling promotions and being a cable television star. DeAndre notes that his biggest supporter and biggest fan is his mother, and he sets out every day to make her proud. DeAndre is a proud graduate of South Carolina State University of Orangeburg, where he holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in elementary education. When away from the ring, his hobbies include watching sports on television, training in the gym, learning and studying from veteran wrestlers, social media, and anything dealing with technology. DeAndre Jackson is considered one of the top young stars in professional wrestling competing in the southeastern United States. A fan favorite everywhere he goes, DeAndre encourages the fans to come over and speak to him before and after the matches, and follow him on the World Wide Web.
There you heard a little bit more about DeAndre Jackson, who's going to be right here in Mount Carmel on the 3rd of November. He's going to be in Morristown. He's going to be all around the area coming up. And he said right there that he wanted it to be known he likes for his fans and supporters out there to follow him on social media, Facebook and Twitter and all that. And we put it up there for you to look at. Well, Southern States Wrestling likes for you to follow us too. At Twitter, it's just SSW Wrestling 1. Or you can go to Facebook.com/Southern States Wrestling, or of course KingofKingsport.com. Keep up with everything going on, not only the Dynamic James Wrestling Duo, but also with Southern States Wrestling. And I want to tell you something I've been meaning to plug every week here, but it just slips my mind because so much is going on in Southern States Wrestling. Every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I have a Blog Talk Radio show, blogtalkradio.com/KingofKingsport. I have a special guest on there each and every week. We talk for 30 to 45 minutes about Southern professional wrestling, something I know a whole lot about. Now, I told you about October 26th, coming back to Johnson City, Carver Rec last week. You saw how things got out of hand up there at the Legion Street the last night of that big event there at Legion Street Rec. Well, Carver Rec, October 26th, it's anything goes. We sent a camera last week to Greenville, Tennessee to catch up with Brett Mulligan and J.D. Anderson. I heard they were completely, just totally rude to our camera people. They were rude to everybody around there, but they bought some time. They wanted to be on this program, so we sold it to them. Here it is. J.D. Anderson and Brett Mulligan, they're going to tell you about the 26th, and next week you're going to hear more about that because I got some news for them.
Beau James, you ain't got nothing. Tom Pritchard, where did they dig you up? Huh? How many mothballs did they have to brush off before they brought you out? All right, let's just face it. Let's get down to brass tacks. Carver, a nightmare on Carver. There's only one nightmare, it's yours.
Hey, I'm going to go the opposite way with this. I think Beau James is a genius. Yeah, he is. Because on October 26th, he's definitely going to need a doctor. And he brought one right in. Dr. Pritchard. That's right. He brought him right in. But the bad thing is you can't do surgery when your hands are broken.
Yeah.
So right there, October 26th, no hold bar, baby. I'm going to bring my cowboy boots. I may bring some fat old lady out of Carver. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And we're going to do what we got to do to put you boys down for one final time. Enjoy it in the sun that day, because it's the last time.
That's right, Beau. You may have brought a doctor with you, but I'm gonna knock the PhD right out of it.
Attention Mountain Empire. Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots on Southern States Wrestling and the Appalachian Showcase, reaching over 150,000 homes in the Mountain Empire and the world with YouTube. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email sswking@aol.com for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up.
Has your computer been slowing down? Are you having problems with email? Or when you go to the internet, is it taking so long to load that it seems like the world wide wait? I'm Luke Ford, CEO of My Computer Works. We help people just like you. With one easy call, our friendly US-based technicians will connect directly to your computer and fix the problem for you. Think about it. No strange computer geeks coming into your home, and no more lugging your PC into one of those superstores. This isn't some magical piece of software that makes you do all the work. This is a real, live, knowledgeable, US-based computer technician that will patiently help you fixing your personal computer problems for you. Call today, and we'll help you today, right now. If your computer is slowing down, trouble printing, or you just can't seem to send and receive email, don't wait. No more slow computer, no more frustration. Call the number on your screen to get help right now. My Computer Works. Does yours?
Now let's get ready to boogie. It's the 30 Years of Rocking Tour. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express return to the Mountain Empire. Saturday night, November the 2nd, Union High School, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, bell time 7:30. Sunday, November the 3rd, 6 p.m., Armed Forces Center, Armory, Mount Carmel, Tennessee, just minutes from downtown Kingsport. More dates to be announced next week, so watch Southern States Wrestling right here on Tri-Cities TNN next Sunday, 7:30 for more information. Don't forget, 30 Years of Rocking, Saturday night, November 2nd, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Sunday, November 3rd, Mount Carmel, Tennessee. Be there!
You know, Ricky, some things never change, but we went out there tonight, about 4,000 people. What do? We rocked the house. People screaming, rock and roll, rock and roll. Hey, we're coming your way.
And we're coming your way, that's right, because on November the 2nd, we're going to be in Big Stone Gap, down at the high school, back in our old territory, Robert, back on our stomping grounds. So no matter who you are, come on down and see us, but let's don't stop there. How about let's go down to Mount Carmel, down at the National Guard Armory, on November the 3rd, and we're going to have it in the afternoon. Boys, let me tell you something. When rock and roll get together, all we do is create stormy weather. We'll see you at Big Stone Gap on the 2nd, and we'll see you at Mount Carmel at the National Guard Armory on the 3rd. Double your pleasure.
Savage slamming Rick Morton down. And as Savage comes off the turnbuckle, Morton catches him. Sunset flip. Roberts got him, but only for a 1 count. And there's a tag on Lanny Popo. Lanny misses the right hand. Robert ducks under and out. Rick Morton was shaking the ropes to get Randy Savage off of him. He is all over the place. Entirely totally different personalities, Savage and his brother, Sir Lanny Poffo. Lanny will wax eloquent. Randy Savage will do some of the most bizarre things you've ever seen. Rick and Robert showing no fear of this high-powered team of Popo-mania. Look at here! Beautiful drop kick. Lanny Poffo hanging up. Tied up. Whoa, Rick almost got out from under that side headlock before Lanny had it clamped good. Front face lock, tag on Savage. And that's Savage, a whirlwind. Fires Ricky out. Now look out. Now look out. Down with both hands right on top of him. Yeah, he'll be back. Robert Gibson comes over. Yeah, Angelo. It was beautifully executed. Rick Morton still down on his knees, and Lanny pops him with a foot. Robert Gibson, but from behind, Randy Savage being chased by Robert. Out of the pile driver. Doing the pile driving in there. Randy Savage fired into it. Lanny Poffo. Oh, looks like we're getting all four of them involved here. Out on the floor goes Savage. Robert with a pin on Lanny, but the referee is out here with Rick and Savage. Angelo Poffo gets in there. Minutes, 6 seconds. It's going to be a disqualification, and look at Rick Morton go on Angelo. Now the whole Poffo family was jumping on Rick, but Angelo comes out of there where Rick had been beating on him with a boot. Disqualification in 13:06. The winners will be Morton and...
There was our flashback segment of the week. You saw the Rock and Roll Express in the Classic. You also heard from them as they said they're coming to Big Stone. They're coming to Mount Carmel. We've been telling you about it for weeks. You also saw the Southern States Tag Team Champions in there, Frank Parker and Scott Sterling. I'm happy to announce it. Just got it on the email while that was playing there from Mac McMurray. November 3rd. It's been signed. Main event. 30 years of rockin' tour. The legendary Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, defend the North American Tag Team Championships right here in Mount Carmel against Frank Parker and Scott Sterling, the current and reigning Southern States Tag Team Champions. Also got in the email there from Mac McMurray. He said that Parker and Sterling have now demanding television time. We have given all this time to the Rock and Roll Express. They're demanding some television time, so we're going to take the cameras this week, try to find them around town somewhere, let everybody hear from them, hear what they got to say. A lot of things are heating up. Next week I'm going to tell you all about Misty James and her big match signed for November 2nd and 3rd. We're going to hear from Jake Booth. We're going to hear from the Rock and Roll Express. We're going to hear from the Tag Team Champions. We're going to hear from the Heavyweight Champion Eric Darkstorm as he talks about Kyle Matthews. We're going to recap that, announce some more debuting stars there in Mount Carmel for November 3rd. Make sure you listen next week because I'm going to tell you where to get your VIP tickets in advance. Save some money. You're going to get in for a meet and greet, a front row seat, souvenir program. You can't beat the price we're going to give you for the Rock and Roll Express 30 years of rocking tour. It's coming to Mount Carmel. It's coming to Big Stone Gap. Until next week, everyone, Beau James saying so long from the Volunteer State.